Hello everyone, today is a super exciting day because we're going to be attaching the Overfenders to my S14. For those of you guys that know about Overfenders, making the cut in the quarter panel is an incredibly intense and scary process. So why cheap out on the hardware, which is why the people at ZSPEC Design sent me this. This is all the hardware we're going to be using to attach the Overfenders, as well as the side skirts and the rear bumper. Okay, here we are. We have our riv nuts, which are gonna go into the panel. I'm gonna show you guys how those work. We have some neoprene washers so that we just don't have metal against the fiberglass, which is always good. And we have our hardware, which is full titanium, bright silver finish. It's gonna be money. Let's open this up. Whoa! This is kind of crazy. This is how you know that this is some good quality hardware, because they all come in their own individual baggie. That is some seriously nice stuff. Right now, we have a couple holes drilled out with some Cleco clamps holding the panel in place as we continue to move along and measure. Measuring is definitely the most time-consuming part of this process. So these little guys are called Cleco clamps, and they're temporary fasteners that allow you to make your adjustments in the panel and drill and oh, James is here. You squeeze it, that little tip gets smaller. Put it in your little hole, release, and now it's snug inside the panel so that it's not all wiggling around as you're making your drill holes. James! Are you ready to be a star?
A star?
Yeah.
I don't know how to be a star. I work behind the camera.
Check it out. Ta-da!
Looks so good
With the skirts.
Did you cut it?
Yeah, it's all cut, dude. Dude, you wanna see the other side? Yeah, come look at the other side. That's a pretty clean cut, isn't it?
That's like freaking perfect.
Are you ready for some arduous, painful measuring?
Let's do it.
We're gonna be using this because yesterday we were using some solid measuring tape, which was pretty hard because there's a lot of curves on this car. I'm trying to do like definitely one here, 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 and here, but it has to be perfect.
So, define perfect.
Perfect is in like mathematically and aesthetically, which honestly might not go hand in hand.
Sure.
Because this ain't math. This is jazz, baby.
I've seen guys do like 2-inch, also 4-inch.
Well, the thing is, we already have these perfectly measured out. So George and I were working on it yesterday. We're using this this depth gauge. So yeah, so we have like a perfect measurement from the edge, which is honestly what I'm worried about. So now we got to get the measurements in between. That looks right. TBH, I think you're really cute and I wish I talked to you more in school. TBH. TBH, you were really quiet, but you were always super nice. Have a great summer. You ready to shit up, dude? Dude, I forgot which one is which. There's so many dots.
Hold on.
Oh God. You know what's concerning? Each hole yesterday took me and George like 10 minutes to measure.
Why?
Because we were, I don't know. That goes in there. Dude, I love these damn things. I feel like I'm building an airplane. There we go. 56 centimeters. So 56 centimeters divided. So that's 18.6. Little dot there. Can I get a yes sir?
Oh yeah.
Can I get a yes sir?
Yes sir.
Thank you, sir. Oh, dude, I almost slipped on a center punch. Sylvia. I don't know what it is, but you being here, James, is giving me so much confidence.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, cool. That looks pretty good, dude. So we know we want 1, 2 here. So I think what we should do is actually start working on the rear bumper, because the distance of these two here are gonna be dictated by the distance of this one. So are you ready to wrestle with a bendy polyurethane bumper?
Bet it's easier to fiberglass.
Yeah. You'll see, it's weird. Like you try to adjust it and it goes like it's melting. Take a look. We got old Bessie. Okay, boyfriends and girlfriends. We have our nice bumper here, but the problem is just gonna take like 3 people to put this thing on because as soon as I let the jack down, James had a good idea. No, you're a brilliant, talented young man. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark center point right on the back of the bumper, put the rib nut in right away, and then we're gonna go to the corners where that little clamp is, put one there, one on the other side, and then for the rest of the alignment, we're just gonna wrestle with it because it is nice and flexible.
Probably my favorite angle of you thus far.
Really? Is it good?
Good.
So this panel is ready to have the rib nuts installed. So what we're gonna do now is pull out all these little Cleco clamps because we don't need them anymore. So, yep, now we have a car full of holes. Whoa. That should be good enough, but I'm gonna be extra out of pocket and make it even harder. Dave is just like a vector standing in the background with some wings. Spectre, I mean, sorry.
Vector is if I'm 2 points of a line.
You is.
Vector? Let's go eat. Talent.
I'm about to bend you over and just go to town on you, dude. Don't tempt me.
Handle it.
That's right, I'm about to make him my boyfriend, I'm about to make him my buddy. All of these delicious, nutritious rib nuts. Last one. Come. Enjoy this moment with me. Get it nice and flush. Give it a crank. There we go. We are ready like spaghetti to mount side skirt, rear bumper, and the overfender. Yo dog, ZSPEC gave you the Zaza. We started putting some hardware in this jaunt, and Lord have mercy, I think I got a race car. And I'm just really struggling to come up with the decision of whether or not I want to cut the overfender here. We have this issue of the clearance, which I don't think is any fault to KBD because their mold isn't based off of 50mm Chargespeed overfenders. So if I were to cut here, it would let this sit flush. So it just comes down to what do I want to destroy? Not destroy, but what do I want to modify? Chargespeed overfenders by cutting them? Or do I want to modify this bumper by cutting this little section off?
What if you heated up the fiberglass?
No, heat this up. Remember, like it comes folded? Duh, we heat this up and then we bend it. No dice. Honestly, dude, I think we should zip.
The fiberglass? I mean, if you want.
Cause look, this guy isn't even sitting anywhere where it needs to mount, you see?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be there. Should we cut it?
I mean, if you want to cut it, I mean.
I don't know if I do want to cut it, that's the thing. But at the same time, this is another thing. If this ever gets ripped off.
Uh-huh. Right.
Does that look pretty straight to you?
I don't think it'll be perfectly straight considering the natural curvature of the vehicle.
Man, shut up. This man's over here talking about the curvature of the vehicle. How about the curvature of some Real talk, I haven't been happy in like 2.5 months.
It's like you're using your brain. How's it looking?
We'll see. Young fitment. Boom.
Money.
Boom. So because we were approaching this rib nut at an angle and the hardware is titanium, I suspect that we stripped it out, which is my fault, of course. Yeah, no, dude, it's cross-threaded in there, so the only solution is we're gonna have to cut it. All right, it's the next day. James is on his way. We still gotta mess with this little piece of titanium hardware that I unfortunately cross-threaded into the rib nut. Now the rib nut is spinning. They say you just wanna grind the head off the bolt. I don't wanna do that because I feel like the heat and possibly slipping up is gonna mess up the side skirt. But luckily there's enough of a gap behind it that I think I can slip a pneumatic saw in there and hack it away. But because it is titanium, just tearing through saw blades naturally. So yeah, let's get back to work on it. Let's get these guys off and see if we can grind this rib nut down. Those titanium sparks are crazy. Dude, look, see it?
Money.
Boom! Boom! Let me hear you say it, kids. Obama! 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 Yeah, we're just gonna give it a little bit of that, because all that metal is shaved down. We don't want any funny business. If you think of this car like a cell, like an animal cell, the engine is the mitochondria and I am the nucleus, okay? We got this thing mocked up. So here's the plan. The big holdup that we were having for the other side is we tapped the whole panel down with the clamps and drilled for that, not accounting for later on cutting this slice out. So it gave us some alignment problems that we figured out, but it was a pain in the ass. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna drill for the top, put our Cleco clamps in, and then do the same thing we did on this other side. Score, cut, and then install the rest of the clamps in all of our drill holes. So let's get to it. Ha 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 ha. We did it. That's spot on. Spot on! So the plan is, because this panel, I put so much time into making it work, it looks ugly as hell. This is all gonna get heavy-bodied seam sealer and covered in the truck bed liner, so the chances of any water, water is gonna be allergic to it, I'll tell you that. But also I put some Por 15 on the rivet holes, just where I've made the repair, because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm a hypochondriac. Like I put so much time into it. I would hate for a little rivet hole to do anything. I doubt it will. Rib nuts, rib nuts. It is official. The rear bumper is fixed to the car on both sides and it looks, how does it look, James?
cash money.
It looks cash money. Big Booty Judy is who we call her. Wow. It's coming together, dude. I know I keep saying that, but like, we've been making such good progress over the past 2 days.